I am John Melendez, and I approve this message.
Oh, okay. So I know you all like to think that I am a big loser today. And, you know, you're entitled to that opinion. And I understand why, because I'm a big Democrat. I'm a liberal. And I was hoping that sanity would prevail and educated people will show up at the polls. But apparently I was wrong. I make mistakes. We all make mistakes. That's why pencils have erasers. I will tell you this, though. While you're busy celebrating my loss and so happy about it, just know that I doubled my crypto money today and my stocks are going through the roof. And I don't attribute that to Donald Trump. I attribute that to the fact that there's no more uncertainty. But I'll get an expert opinion. Why should I have my own? I was hoping that the Army Major would have a change of heart and come on. He's just too pissed, I think. He doesn't want to deal with you assholes, which I understand. I found out that Carl's Frosted Tips idiot was Vince, the lawyer, who was doxing the Army Major. Vince, I'm going to tell you right now, don't ever do it again. Ever. Or we're done. Or we're Dunsky. Don't fuck with my guests. And now, without anything left to say, let me bring on the man of the hour who told me on the phone when I called him last night that we were going to win, and I'll love to get his opinion on it now. Please welcome Brian Karem. Hey, Brian.
I'm incognito as I escape the United States for environs colder in clime.
Last night I called you, said, "Oh no, but we're going to win. Don't worry."
Well, you know, what can I tell you? I was reading the tea leaves. I thought she would have 276 electoral votes. If you look at the numbers, the Democrats didn't show up in numbers. Democrats, you just didn't show up. And a lot of that boils down to the fact that a lot of people at the end of the day just aren't comfortable with a black female as president. And that's I knew there were a lot of men who hated women. I didn't know there were that many women who also despised women.
I know, which is amazing. And let me issue a retraction. Vince, the lawyer, just texted me, said he's not Carl's Frosted Tips. So I guess maybe I was fed wrong information. So I apologize. But anyway, Brian, now, do you know Pam Keith on Twitter, Esquire? She says there's like 20 million votes uncounted for. Now, I don't want to sound like an election denier. We've been through that before. But have you been hearing that?
Look, voter suppression was a thing. If you really want to talk about anything, let's talk about the act of war that was propagated by Russia. You know, you want to scream voter suppression from Republicans, fine. But we have documented act of war, Russian interference in our election, documented. And Republicans and Democrats both should be upset with that because it affects both of them. And that is an interference in our election is an act of war. Now, what we do about it, I doubt there will be much done.
What I found.
Congratulations, everyone. Your next president is Donald Trump, and I don't like sequels. Other than, all right, I'll give it up for Godfather 2. I like that sequel, but the rest of the sequels I've seen suck. And
Wait. Empire Strikes Back. Brian, the thing that I found really odd, and I see all my Trump, all these haters in the room, you know.
I don't care.
Yeah, the Army Major didn't want to.
I just want to say off the top, I'm going to take my George Carlin line here. I disengage. I'll give you what I think. I'll give you what I care about it. But at the end of the day, I don't give a shit. You know, 20 or 30 years ago, I checked out because I know this country is a freak show. And I'm just happy to be having a front row seat watching it. And so I have, other than my family, I don't really much give a shit. So go ahead. Go for it.
Well, I mean, now I just got done saying, Brian, that I did make more money in crypto and, you know, in Bitcoin and in stocks, but give it 2 years, watch what happens to the economy. I don't anticipate it's going to be much.
No. What's going to happen is that they'll blame the Democrats. You want me to wait till you're done eating and drinking?
That was the pills. Sorry, I take my medication.
Well, I knew you were on medication. It's a tough room. Hey.
Yes, I'm on OCD medication.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
No, I didn't know. Squirrel. I'm sorry. What?
What? Yes. Yes, I do have to take my OCD pills because I missed them yesterday.
Well, it was. I haven't slept much the last day or two. So, welcome to my world.
Well, I will say this to you, Brian. I was very surprised that my Hispanic community did not show up for Kamala, and the African American community didn't show up for Kamala. Trump made headways in both.
Show up. But what this vote showed you is that America is not as progressive as the Democrats would like to think America is. And perhaps they needed an old white guy to be on the ticket with progressive ideas.
Well, but the scary thing now, Brian, is now I'm not saying, look, Trump is not a healthy man. And he's fat.
He's never been a healthy man. Remember, he had bone spurs. He couldn't go into the military. He's never been healthy, damn it.
Yeah. But
he's the most healthy man, but at the same time, he's the healthiest man ever. He's going to live to be 200. So, whatever.
Yeah, but he's fat. He doesn't eat vegetables. He doesn't work out because he fears that if you use too many heartbeats, you'll be dead. So if, in fact, let's say, God forbid, he has a heart attack, we are one heartbeat away from J.D. Vance as our president. Yeah. Who's one heartbeat away to have Speaker Mike Johnson as your president. This is scary, Brian.
Well, he's not going to be Speaker. Hakeem Jeffries will be Speaker.
Oh, you think that? Why? You think?
Yeah, I think that. Yeah, I think I think that's already been decided.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah, the Democrats have defied logic there. And see, that's another indication that, here's my question for dear Donnie. You were screaming that the election was rigged 2 weeks ago. So if it's rigged, are you president?
It's not me getting an L. So you guys are really, really missing the boat here. It's not me getting the L. It's you getting the L. And it's your daughters getting the L. And it's your wife, and it's your mother, just like Brian aforementioned. It's not me. Brian, this was a great tweet, and it's by Taryn T., Duchess of the Blue Sea, where she said, while your daughter is bleeding out in a hospital waiting room without health care, natural disasters are ruining your home, and you no longer have Social Security, I sure hope your eggs are cheaper. Because these people don't realize how bigly they're going to suffer from this decision.
I can't believe that women voted against their own self. Well, then again, I do. I mean, this is the United States of America. And, remember, as stupid as the average person is, remember, half of them are stupider than that, to again quote George Carlin. Yes. So, yeah, I am not surprised by it. But nonetheless, if you have, I love the people gloating today. I'm just laughing because you're the ones that are going to get raw dogged over the porch swing. So
yes,
get used
to
it.
I know. And I kind of feel the same way you do. It's like, you know what? Don't come to me crying when you don't get Social Security. All right, fucking go ahead. The New European had it right. The end. And there's the Statue of Liberty. Trump election special. Trump wins, the world loses. And and even my friends in Canada, and even my friends in Denmark, they don't realize this is not just America losing. This is
it's the world. Oh, well, look, I get people tired. First of all, the gun to the head of liberty. Again, that's wrong. That's not right. The Supreme Court killed democracy earlier this year when they ruled that the president has immunity for official acts that only they can sanction. Now, people are going to go, well, Joe Biden should go ahead and take an official act and erase the election. That's an official action. Well, no, it'll go before the Supreme Court. They don't like Joe Biden. He won't get it. So the problem is democracy died. It got flushed, if you want to use a different metaphor. The only way of fishing it out of the toilet or reviving it was to make sure that Donald Trump didn't get back in office. So if you had to hold your nose and vote for Harris, you should have, because it wasn't Harris versus Trump. It was democracy versus fascism. Fascism won. Now, you can defend it being part of the cult. You could say, hey, we're in the majority. And I'll go, hey, you're right. You are in the majority. Doesn't make you right. The majority of people used to think the sun orbited the earth, and they were wrong. So I'll be content in knowing what is going down because I've seen it. And those who have conveniently forgotten what Donald Trump's first administration was like, you're going to get a real good lesson on it really soon. And, I'm getting to the point where I don't want to go back to D.C. and cover this nonsense anymore.
It just went away. Dumbass Adam, straight up annihilation. 3 simps, eat that crow. No, only 2 simps here. Whatnot Chaser gives me the L. Thank you. Wendy's Cat, thanks for the $2. Thank God there is more of us than you. MAGA.
Well, there isn't, but more of you voted.
Mike Larson, thanks for the $3 in your face, poopy pants. Ha 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 ha. But you know what's so funny, Brian, is that I
I'm sorry. What is that? A 10-year-old? No, 7-year-old. I mean, god damn. Hey, son, somebody better let me before you spend all your mom's money. They're going to have to jettison you out of the basement.
But you know what's I know it is hysterical. These people are all gloating like somehow I lost.
Well, look, folks, the country lost. Wait till you see what happens. Now, I hope I'm wrong. Honestly, I hope I'm wrong. And Donald Trump is our president going forward, and we're going to have to accept that fact. If you can't, well, then maybe a different country is where you should be. But nonetheless, I'll be there to give him shit every chance I get because I think he's an asshole and he doesn't give a shit about democracy. So, that's just me. But folks, we're all in this. What was the James Baldwin who said we all came over here on different boats, but we're in the same boat now?
Yep.
Again, when you graduate into 2nd grade and you learn about critical thinking, get back to us.
And, and everybody, I have like 600, I have over 600 people in the room here watching and thinking this is going to be like a big win for them. It's like, I'm still breathing. I still get my pensions.
There you go. I'm headed out to Environs North.
And unfortunately, Kid Rock stays in America. And
yeah, see, that's the biggest loss of all. God damn it.
And but De Niro leaves, so that's even a bigger loss. Tsunami Webster, thanks for the $2. 26%. Men of color, 53% Latino men voted for Trump. That is fucking alarming to me, especially after the comments about Puerto Rico. We thought that was going to help us in Pennsylvania. Apparently, it did not, which is scary. Right.
Those numbers are accurate from what I've seen. It's funny to me, but then again, a lot of this is attributable to machismo, and that's the false bravado of men who feel threatened by women.
Jesus.
The bottom line is we're a democracy, so you have to accept that, at least until January 20th, because Donald Trump said he'll be a dictator from day one. You asked for it, you've got it. Coming up next on America's Most Wanted, John Walsh will personally choke the living shit out of a convicted felon. But first, this important commercial message from the guy who likes to call himself Pussy Grabber.
You got a fascist. You got a fascist. You win a fascist. You win a fascist. Wrong stream. Project 2025 time. Let's go. This by far is the dumbest super chat of the day. He's happy about Project 2025, Brian.
Yeah, what do you want? Read it. 900 pages. Get through it like I had to.
Jacob Bryan asks, Brian, do you think John is a smart man?
The only question I have about you, John, is why do you put these? I guess it's for the money, and I do not understand your appellation about white food, but otherwise you're a fine guy, smart guy, funny guy. Enjoy your company.
Same here, Brian. Day one, New Zealand is chirping up. Trump won. Keep it on the down low.
Do me a favor, hit that like button. Hit that like button. Subscribe and share my stuff.
And be like, hey, yeah.
Okay, fuck you, Doom.
Goodbye. I'll do it like that show. Goodbye.
Shut up, Doom. Doom, cool it. For the love of God. Come on.
Doom, you're gone again. That's it. I'm so sick of you anyway.